welcome to this week's Rainheartwisdom show. And for this week, I want to talk about human needs, okay? And the reason I want to talk about human needs is because very often, when I work with my clients or when I'm supporting my friend, I will ask them this question, so what do you need right now? And very often, a lot of them say, I don't know. Right? They're not even taking time to look at, what do I really need? What do I need in order for me to, feel better? Or what do I need, right? And so today I wanted to share with you a little bit about understanding human needs, okay? And I'm going to take Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs as the base of what I'll be sharing today. I think you've done a great job of classifying them and really explaining our human needs. So at the base of his hierarchy, he talks about our physical needs, right? So we need clean water, air, food, shelter. Well, we all need that, right? Because otherwise we can't function as human beings. Without water for, a couple of days, we're gone. We need air. Without air for a couple of minutes, we won't be able to do anything, or no, we're going to be here. Food as well. We need food as an energy source to function, and shelter as a way to make sure that we have our space and some sort of safety, right? And then the next part to his hierarchy, he talked about safety needs. Safety means ability to feel that we are safe so that our survival is not threatened. There's this structure or way to control. That's what safety means. We are not going to be threatened. Our lives will not be threatened. So very often, if let's say we have had a traumatic event happen in our life where our safety was jeopardized, especially as a kid, anything traumatic happened, and again, it's based on interpretation, it can be very fearful for a child, and to the child, it feels like their safety is compromised. If even a loud argument could be, okay, am I safe here? Is this a safe environment? And so, that jeopardizes that need, like, do I feel safe? And growing up that way, sometimes that's what creates our inability to function or to feel safe in this world. Right? So safety is really important. This is also the reason why sometimes we feel like if we share ourselves fully or being vulnerable, if people were to ridicule us or embarrass us, we don't feel safe because that's a feeling that you don't want to have, right? Don't feel safe when someone embarrasses you. So it's important to look at in your life, where have you not felt safe? And it might have been through traumatic events. And look at how can you create to meet that need. Even in what's happening right now with the pandemic, our safety is kind of, being confronted, right? Our survival. And so different people are addressing and handling it differently. So how can you meet that need, right? So one of the things that I share with people, if they're starting to feel anxiety, there's a lot going on, do something that you can feel, little things that there's structure and way that you can control right now. So you feel safe, that you can focus on. So that's one of the human needs, feeling safe. Now the next level, he talks about love and belonging. I think as human being, we naturally want to connect with people. We want to feel love and we want to belong. So if we don't feel that need is being met, the way we might operate is we will please people, right? So we might please them thinking that if we please them, therefore they might love us, therefore then I can belong, right? So pleasing people, for example, could be one of the ways we think that's a way to get those needs met. So sometimes we also seek people's approval. So thinking that, if they approve who we are, who we are in a way more kind of in tune to what they want, right? Sometimes that's how we compromise our own integrity because we want to belong. We want to be loved. We want their approval. We want to be accepted by them. That's how we compromise ourselves. So it's important for you to look at how are my needs of being loved and belonging are met, and are they being met in a healthy way, once again, right? Not in a way that actually compromise your integrity and value. This is something that I had to learn for a long time. I was a people pleaser. I please everyone around me thinking that's the way that I can get those needs met. But ultimately, now I've learned that I can meet those needs by myself by telling myself I love myself, and that, when I tell myself I love myself, I felt more self-worth. And naturally, I attracted people who understand it, and I started feeling belonging, okay? So look into that. The next level that he talked about is about recognition and being appreciated. It's about self-esteem. So I think as human beings, it's important for us to actually be acknowledged, be appreciated, being recognized for who we are and the things that we've done. And, we want to be understood, right? That's a human need, right? Like, it's important to be understood by people. And so this is what this level is about. And the more you felt more understood, more recognized, this is how you build your self-esteem and confidence. I remember one of my mentors talk about this. He said that acknowledgement is one of the core fundamental human needs. And I agree with him. And same thing, right? The key is really learning how to acknowledge yourself. That's what I had to learn to do, to feed that, recognizing how you've done well yourself. And of course, it's important to ask people to acknowledge you. So many years ago, I would wait for my husband to acknowledge me. I thought that, he should know and he should know what to do. Until I learned that it's important for me to tell him too, like, today I need your acknowledgement, this is how I'm feeling, so that I get that need met naturally. So I started requesting for it when I need it. So I would invite you to do the same. If you felt like there are days that things are more challenging, you need to be recognized for who you are, acknowledged for it, and being heard and being understood, request for it, okay? The next level that he talks about is self-actualization. So this level, by this time, we've come to a place where you know who you are, your self-worth, you're confident. And at this level, it's really about now sharing your full potential, your creativity of all the gifts that you have with the world. And that's how that need will be met. That's the final level. He used to have 5, then he added 1 more. All you want to do that time is to express yourself fully. How can you express yourself fully? Share yourself with the world and to get that need met. And that's what we see, as people progress in their life. What I've seen, especially wealthy people, they've got the money, they feel comfortable, they've got all the bottom need, all their lower level needs met, like shelter, they're safe, right? They created their wealth because they feel confident and they have self-worth and they know who they are. They started contributing. And that's what that's about, right? It's about being able to express your full potential. And the last stage he talked about is self-transcendence. This is the time where you want to, it's beyond self. It's you wanting to connect to something way bigger than you. You want to understand what connection is. You want to understand how we're all related to each other. It's about, this is where the spiritual path comes in, seeking. And your connection to divine. Although he gave it in a hierarchy, I do feel sometimes we move along differently, or some of them are built in separate times. So kind of like myself, I was working on my love and belonging. At the same time, I was working a bit on my self-esteem and self-worth. I know he put it in a hierarchical way, but I do feel sometimes some of them, they are ongoing. They're ongoing. So my intention is to share that with you. That gives you a little bit more insight, understanding about human needs. And I invite you to take some time to look at, understanding yourself. What are your needs? If they're being met and they're not being met. And if they're not being met, what are some healthy ways you can meet those needs? If you want to, are you in a loving relationship? If you're not, how can you get a better understanding and or get your needs met? Like by expressing it to your partner, or co-create it with your partner. My intention is that you create it in healthy ways, and learn to express yourself and ask for what you need. It's really important to ask for what you need. However, before you ask, first of all, you need to be clear what you need, okay? So take some time to do that, and please comment. I'd love to hear your ideas, your thoughts about this, and please subscribe. Look forward to seeing you on our next video.